But yeah, that's something I think that's going to become actually something that I probably should lab out right now that I think about it. Because, so Vasaraga's tackle, right? Light tackle is the one that he likes to use because it doesn't use Soul Forge, and it's plus at a lot of these spacings, right? Like if he spaces it out a little bit, right? +2, even from this point, you know, Vasaraga's far L is basically a medium, so it's a 6-frame medium, like you're not beating this, right? So something that is really interesting and that helped us a lot against that match against the Vasaraga was this idea of trying to interrupt this a little bit. Bro whips it out for 1 stream and everyone calls him a floozy. That's how it goes. But I don't know what buttons... Like, it's around, like, here. That's just where he starts being plus, right? Yeah. Around, like, there. So, like, far H, from where his buttons connect, like, is like, far H into this. That doesn't look like it. That doesn't look like that's a frame trap to me at all, right? That looks like we can definitely interrupt that. Right? Yeah, for sure. And far H is going to have the most blocks done, right? So, anything else from that range, like, if he tries to, like, do 2U, right? That's going to be interruptible as well. So I feel like 2U's here, right? Interruptible. Now, of course, this is all on a read. It's not on a reaction. Now, you could try to react to the tackle. The tackle is, I believe... Oh, I fucking mixed myself by crouching and uncrouching. The tackle is, yeah, I mean, 25 frames. But again, that if I'm trying to interrupt it with a 7-frame move, that's an 18-frame reaction check, right? So that's going to be, like, pretty difficult to do. So you are doing it, certainly, on a reaction. The nice part is, if Vasaraga doesn't cancel into the tackle, right, then he could cancel into Fireball, certainly. He could do something like this, and then if I just decide to 2U here, I'm gonna go meet my ancestors, right, if he does something like that. Because I believe he might even be able to convert off of this, right? If I just 2U willy-nilly here, then he can do that, and I think, I mean, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure if Vasaraga gets a counter hit Fireball from over here, he can probably kill you, right? Yeah. Oh, well, hold on. I mean, at the very least, again, if he's getting Fireball from here, he can at the very least do this, and then that's, you know, not like an optimal combo, but still, you know, more damage than you ever want to take. And he can probably even do something better. I just don't know. I mean, this probably is about the best he can do here. Is like Fireball into you, Fireball into, you know, whatever he wants from there, but that's a lot, right? I'm busy with beach stuff for this arm. It's awesome. Prime Brick lore. It was a fun stream. It was a fun stream. Kita-san Black screwed me. That's how it goes. Another one is I just made the world's most juiced gold chip. 1122, 648, 906 with all the gold skills. That sounds good, but I mean, gold chip, if you want a long runner, isn't it actually, like, you want to prioritize stamina, right? Like, wouldn't you unironically rather have, my understanding, wouldn't you rather have 1122 stamina and, like, 900 speed, 600 power or something? That's still good, but she's running mediums for me? Oh, okay, then she's probably cracked. I mean, if you have 2 golds on her maybe and a lot of wit, then she's probably cracked. With Swinging Maestro, yeah, I think for medium you want like 800 is what I've read, plus Swinging Maestro, but still pretty good. Still pretty damn good with all the power and the speed. But yeah, so it's on option, right, to interrupt this. It's on option to interrupt Vasaraga. Otherwise, he just kind of ends up like what Diote was doing at the beginning there, just kind of infinite block stringing me with this until I mashed on it and then I died, right? So it's at least it is nice to have a potential interrupt option against it too, right? Similarly, again, with the round start, like he was doing a lot of round start into this, right? So like you can, again, not on reaction, but like you can like super jump over this and punish Vasaraga for it. Makes him at least have to worry a little bit more about what you might be doing in the zoning matchup. So, interesting things, right? Again, Vasaraga counterplay, much more important these days. I mean, some of this is Ladiva specific for sure, but even if you don't, Ladiva's 2U is like very special in the fact that it is a heavy attack level 7-frame move, right? But the good news is, you know, if you're not rocking a Ladiva 2U, you'll clash with the tackle instead, because light tackle is only medium attack level, right? So you'll clash with it instead, and you might even be safe if he throws out a Fireball. It might be like, you know, less problematic for you. So it'll be like lower risk, lower reward. Obviously, Vasaraga, oh, I do want to point this out actually, last thing. Voss can also do something like this, right, into the medium tackle. And this does inherit this does take armor properties from Soulforge, right? So if you try to swing into this, he's gonna, like, well, I'm gonna clash, but if you if you get crushed or something, like he can armor through stuff a lot more easily with this, right? But yeah, again, this is heavy attack level, so is 2U, so we're gonna clash, and then I can actually try and do some funny. But yeah, it also has the armor, right? So even if you do hit him, he'll armor through it and kill you, and you'll get counter hit, and you'll get wall bounced and die, and all of this. The good news about that, though, is that, if I remember correctly, medium tackle yeah, medium tackle is a little bit less generous in when it becomes plus on block, right? I think, anyway, I think light tackle is, from this range, is about plus, right? Oh, let me actually have her block. If we have his, like, sort of front foot on the halfway tile here, right, that's +2, but if his front foot's on the halfway tile here and we medium tackle, he's -1, right? So, again, like, he can do medium tackle there, but if you just block that, it ends his turn, right? You can tell them, I mean, you're doing the interrupt on preemption anyway, but if his back is to the camera, then he's doing medium tackle, right? And do not mash on that or you will die. I had to beat a Voss on Galleon, but just grabbing him out of most of the nonsense is terrifying how effective just getting grabbed out of armored stuff is on him. I mean, Galleon is going to have a hard time doing that just because her grab is, unless it's a U grab, her grab is pretty slow, right? But yeah, I mean, if Voss gets too close to anyone when he's doing his little march, right, you can always throw him. Now, Voss has counterplay to this, and he can kill you for it, certainly, but that's one of the best things about Ladiva in this matchup too, right? It's 5-frame SPD now. It is pretty easy to do this, and it works from a lot further away than, like, anyone else can do it too, right? Like, I can do it from over there. I just meant base grab, not command. Yeah. Now, Vasaraga certainly can have a lot of counterplay against you trying to do, like, the regular throw, right? They can, like, stop, because if Voss does a follow-up, right, he, like, stops short. He doesn't, like, he doesn't take his, like, full step, right? So, Voss can certainly try to kill you, counter-hit you, send you straight to hell for attempting to... Sorry about the creaking from my mic stand there. Apparently I need to oil that shit up. But he can certainly send you straight to hell for attempting to grab him out of it, but it's still, like, it's, you know, the whole character is going to force you to RPS whenever he's near you. It's good to at least know what your options are instead of just down backing and waiting for him to inevitably command grab you, because that shit's not reactable, right? The light one anyway, the medium one. But yeah, this 2M button, man, so Percy is probably going to be a character where it's a little bit more useful for us to use this. I really want to incorporate more 2M into my life, I think. If people are, like, Lariat knowers and they're playing around it and stuff like that, one of the things I do is, like, if you're respecting Lariat too much, I'll just start... I'll start, like, 6-6-ing at you, but some people, you know, you very much can down back to avoid Lariats while also looking out and sticking buttons out to stop an approach, right? And against those people, I tend to just lose. So I think being, like, doing a little bit more of, like, some walk back, walk forward into 2M, that button is really good, right? Again, let's talk about it earlier, but it's big, it's a low, it has 5 active frames, right? It's 8-frame startup, which, I mean, is certainly, that's for the poke ranges we're talking about. That's not a bad thing at all, right? So I think it really is kind of a goated button that I have been severely underusing. And also, I mean, Ladiva can convert into it quite well as well, right? Like this, right? Converts into U-Lariat, and then U-Lariat converts into a lot of damage, as you can see, right? So it really is, I think, a missing sort of piece of my life as Ladiva here. And honestly, the fact that it's got 5 active frames, it can work decently well as, like, a stop sign button for Ladiva too. Right? Like, if someone is coming at you, you can use it to interrupt them. They'll run into it because it's so active. Like, that's not, you know, 5 active frames, nothing to sneeze at, man. Like, Jita, hers is 6, right? And again, it makes it a very good kind of stop sign for her in matchups where she wants to play more defensive. Now, there is no matchup where Ladiva wants to play defensive, but, like, in a temporary moment, you know, where someone might be trying to run up on you like that, right? How active that is going to be a real godsend. Oh, baby. Did we hit the optimal? I don't think I delayed those enough, but I mean, he's still dead. We just do this. How's your anti-air training going? So you're trying to use more of that? The anti-air, the air-to-air command grab. Yeah. I want to use more of that. See, that's the other thing too. Playing against Gav more lately, he's almost entirely just down backing, waiting to whiff punish with 2M. Yeah, I mean, I don't think... Depends on the matchup, certainly, because, yeah, maybe Zoe, it's more effective to do that than other characters. But I do think that, like, at some point, like, 2M is a very important part of Brick's neutral. Or Brick? I'm Brick. Of Ladiva's neutral. It should be an important part of Brick's neutral, he said in the third person. It should be an important part of Brick's neutral, but it isn't, right? Holy flame carpet tool! I forgot. I was fighting Percy, and I was like, wait, this character's not even that good. And then I realized that the Percival had yet to flame carpet. That's probably why it felt kind of... Hi, Ladiva, bro. Hello, Mortis. How you doing, man? You mean more? I break. So what is the GM goal today before the wheel tells you to remove your shirt again? We're not doing none of that. None of that. Everything's computer. No more. At least, maybe not no more, but not right now. We've had too many, you know, back to back to back. People are calling me an OnlyFans model at a certain point. I gotta maintain some sort of veneer of dignity here, or it's gonna be too much. But yeah, 2M, man. This button's really good. Right? Pretty decently big, pretty decently active. Right, it's a low as well, so it catches people who are trying to walk back, which is something that people are very, very prone to do against Ladiva, obviously. What you lab, I can answer if you're lazy. I'm not really labbing anything, no. I'm just talking about things I know are good about Ladiva that I need to be using more. We were talking about the air-to-air command grab as well, but I'm also saying about how 2M, right? This 2M button is kind of goated, and I really don't use it nearly enough. And when I fight other better Ladivas, you know, like when I fight Gabba or I fight J-Man or stuff like that, they're like poking, like just they don't fucking use any button but this in neutral, basically, right? It is a little smaller than her far M, I'm pretty sure, because her far M also takes a little step forward, right? But it's still it's a big button, right? Big enough, anyway. This poke is almost busted. Yeah, I really need to be using more of it. And you can hit confirm you lariat. That's right. That's right. Right, and again, like, the 5 active frames on it really is one of the things that is, it doesn't have that much recovery on it either. It's not like that much, right? It's a good time. Oh, Jericho on the Lucilius, Bluecilius. I think it's a really important part to... Have you tried playing Buff Voss? No, I have not. Begin your round with M Lariat. That's usually what I do anyway, honestly, to see if people are knowers. I think I fought Jericho and he was a knower, but sure, let's try. You know, sometimes this shit just works. People try to interrupt M Lariat and they just die. Oh, trying. Unblockable. I do it more than I should. That's actually why I've been talking about 2M, is I think once people actually become a bit of like a bit more of a knower on Lariats, I need... Oh god, I was scratching my ear. We're chilling. I need like more of a neutral game plan once the Lariats aren't just auto-winning me the game. That's fair. Not a great conversion. We'll take that for sure. Get away from me. Oh, he gets command grab? Really? Okay. I did. I tried to command grab his ass, and he was right. I thought that was maybe an unorthodox time to go for it, but he disagreed. Best damage with M Lariat is 5M, 5M, 214H, 5H, 2 headbutts, 5H, 236H. Wait, 1H headbutt at the end? What? What do you mean? What do you mean 236? You mean 623? I assume. Oh, he really is not dealing with this. Okay. Uses 2 headbutts. Yeah, at the end you mean 623H. I assume though, right? Gonna confirm that into you, Lariat, but it's fine. 1, 2, 3. Bonk, bonk. He knows about the setup, so I'll just grab his ass. No, I will not. I did not mean to headbutt there. I meant to Lariat, but I guess I got crossed. It's fine. Oh. Okay, sure. Nice. 2M, my beloved. We fuck with it. How much for the shirt to come off? I don't think I don't think we're doing that for a little bit. It's fine. You think they got M Lariat ready? Oh, they do. Okay. That's fine. Happens. Yeah, grab nerd. Imagine auto combo high-lowing against Ladiva. Bro's minus on block. He doesn't even care. Give me your brave points, honestly. It would have been nice if I was down a brave point, but I just like the idea of this guy having 1 brave point. Are you dead? No, I don't think so. Okay, it's fine. 2M, man. 50,000 bits. Did you take the shirt off for 50 USD? It feels a little weird at this point, no? Feels like we've lost the plot a little bit. With punishing with light lariat, he's the world's greatest. Give me $500 and I'll do it. How's that sound? If you want to commit to the bit, you got to really commit to the bit. I just paid 100 to start that GG. 50 is too much. You know? I got terrible news. Incoming. A present for you. 1, 2, 3. We're on a winter coat for 50 USD. I could do that. That's going to be genuinely uncomfortable. I got my AC going at least. Why'd you pay 100 to start GG? Oh, okay. He knows about light lariat. Now we 2M. Oh, Now we 2-1. Huh? I didn't think the fireball would still be up, honestly. I thought I waited it out. This just did. My ass did not wait it out. Isn't that punishing it? I'm pretty sure I could have SPD'd that, probably. Oh, I tried to backdash. I did not backdash. Nice. Spot dodge. Well done. Don't stick your leg in that. I thought it was gone. I thought it was gone. Inflation for nudes is crazy. It's supply and demand, baby. I paid 100 because I had to pay for UFA this September. Oh, yeah. It's supply and demand. The more people ask me to take my shirt off, the higher the price gets. I think that's reasonable. Oh, I should have jammed. JH took too long to start up. My problematic queen, JH. Panini! Rest in peace, man. Okay. Let us take some of his brave points and give ours back. It seems like a great idea. I'll have to pay for Evo soon, me poor. I'm glad I literally don't trust the United States of America to be a safe place to be for a weekend. Because it means I get to save money on going to Evo. Can you test her up? Oh, I didn't! I tried to do the 6XL option select, but I fucked it up. Yeah, I mean, just had to guess. The brave point and health advantage there, it just made it so unlikely that it was gonna work out for him, right? Like, that's one of those rounds where, like, I mean, SSBA, that's why SSBA helps so much, is if he could get a hit, he could completely remove that brave point advantage that we had. But if you just think about that scenario, that was so difficult for him. He didn't even go in Las Vegas this year. Yeah, that's why I'm going to France, not NA. Oh, that's fair. I still don't trust France for a weekend, but hey, it is what it is. That's fair. Like, if you think about that scenario that just happened there, it really is very, very difficult for him, right? Like, what was it again? It was like, it's very important, like, Granblue is much more of a resource game than I think a lot of, like, intermediate level players think that it is, right? If you really just want to reduce it down, right? Like, it was something like this. I think I had maybe even a tiny bit more health. But, you know, it was something like this, right? I didn't have the meter for... I didn't have the meter for super, but, like, it was something along these lines, right? And then this situation is just really fucking difficult for him, right? Like, he did, like, a close H. He was doing, like, some pressure, right? To get, like, hard knockdown brave countered here, right? So he has a guess for game right here, a 50-50. Now, he could, like, wake up reversal or something like that, but, like, you know, that obviously comes with its own risks as well, right? But he has to guess for game here. He guessed incorrectly and he died. But say he guessed correctly. Say that I walked up and I meted him and he blocked it, right? He still has a bunch of guessing games to go through at this point. And, you know, say that he gets out, right? He manages to wiggle away, right? He manages to get out, right? I still have 2 brave points left. So, this, like, series of, like, 3 coin flips that all had to go his way, and if any of them went wrong, he loses. If he ever... He can't chip me out from here, right? Because we have the huge health lead. So he has to come at me. As soon as he comes at me, if he ever commits to anything brave counterable, he's back in the same situation, right? And then I have, if I were to brave counter again, I would still have 1 brave point remaining at that point too. So he gets hard knockdown brave countered, right? I run up to him. He has to go through this whole cavalcade of coin flips, or again, if any one of them he guesses wrong, he dies, right? And again, say he does all that and he gets back out and he's fine, maybe even gets a hit on me or something, right? Say, like, he doesn't... SSBA is really big. We're not going to talk about converting it to SSBA right now. But, like, say he gets a hit on me, something like that, we reset back to somewhat neutral, or it's even his turn, right? Again, if he does anything remotely brave counterable, right, he goes back down and he's got to go again, right? So many things have to go right in a row here for him to win from this situation because of the health lead and the brave counter lead, right? Brave points... Like, well, I tell a lot of intermediate players to brave counter more often, right? And that's certainly true, because some of them, like, don't do it in the most non-racial way. You are too brown to be in white America right now. Do not come here. I think I'm too pro-Palestine to get past the border. I'm not gonna fuck with you. That's the problem. I think they would. I would get across the border, take a look at my phone. They'd see some pro-Palestine shit, and they send me home. And by home, I mean to El Salvador. No jumping next set. Sounds good. But yeah, so the reason you may remember earlier on in the set, there was a moment where our brave points looked like this, right? It was 2-2. He had a lot more health. It was at the start of a combo or something like that, right? And I said I would like to take his brave points away from him right now, right? Oh, I mean, I built enough meter to super by the end of that combo, right? That's the reason that I did that, right? the damage from the super is one thing, right? But I did this very intentionally, because getting it to the point where the game looks like this, right? Not only, I mean, you say that, but a goddamn meme gauge denied entry? No, I'm not kidding at all. Oh, again, I would not, like, literally have canceled my Evo trip if I was kidding, right? I really wanted to go to Evo. I was gonna go with a buddy. I was gonna meet a bunch of you guys. It was gonna be super fun, right? I'm not kidding at all. I hope that's clear, right? Like, I'm not saying that as like a joke of like, I think I'm too pro-Palestine to get past the border. There's like a non-zero chance that something bad happens to me if I try to fucking go to the US. Do you know what I mean? Now again, I don't matter at all, but apparently people who don't matter are getting fucking shipped off all the time. We're come to Evo France. Now, see, the French, I'll just never go to France on a matter of principle. It's a whole different thing. I do 5k points for only BC on offense, not defense. You can BC to keep them in the corner. That's interesting. I mean, if you want, yeah, you can redeem one of them and we'll have it as that. But yeah, so, the reason I did this combo in the first place was to get us to this game state, right? I just talked about how good this game state is for me, right? This game state where, like, he's on no brave points, I'm on full brave points, and I have the health lead. This super right here is what does this. Right? It doesn't kill him, but playing around with the brave point economy is very, very important. Yeah, that's like that. This is the main reason that I did this. And again, so yeah, I guess the main takeaway that I'm trying to drive at basically is that this really is a resource attrition game in a lot of cases, and I feel like that's not a viewpoint that I commonly hear echoed from like lower intermediate or like, you know, new master level players, right? But again, like, you really are trying to run your opponent out of resources. It's why, like, sometimes people say, like, oh, you know, if you get brave countered on this situation, it's kind of like a dub, right? And people will say that as like a meme, and it's like, oh, but brave counter's so good, right? So they're like, oh, whatever, I guess it's a dub. But no, like, sometimes, depending on the situation, it genuinely is, right? It genuinely is. If you were, like, not in a great situation anyway, and, like, you just lost your turn, but, like, they brave countered you for it, that, like, is a win, right? Because you're trying to slowly close the net until they don't have any real good options left, right? If they've got no health, they can't really take risks, and if they've got no brave points, right, and you have the brave point lead, that's when it starts getting really abusive. That's when it starts becoming very, very difficult for them to reasonably win the rounds, right? And then meter is a very big point on this too, right? Meter factors into this greatly as well, because, you know, all things equal, right? Say we both had 2 brave points, 60% health, right? But the difference is, the Lucilius had no meter at all, and I had full meter, right? This is a much better situation for me for a couple of different reasons. One, most characters are not going to get, like, an insanely high reward in the mid-screen here, especially off, like, a poke like this, off, like, a far M or something, without meter, right? So, even though we're playing neutral here, the risk-reward is significantly in my favor. Assume, obviously, Lucy has his own advantages over Ladiva in the mid-range, but, like, keep character aside for a second, right? Just kind of agnostically, right? If 2 people are playing mid-range like this, and one of them has full meter, one of them has none meter, right? Not only can I convert my hits into a much more significant advantage than he can, most likely, right? If I've got the meter and he doesn't, but also, same thing applies, right? In this situation, if I do get like a hit that's a little bit easier to confirm without meter, right? Then what I can do is I can once again do something like this. Honestly, even there, you can argue Raging Striking there is the wrong thing to do, right? But if I don't Raging Strike there, then we're back, right? We're back to 3 brave points on my end, 1 brave point on his end, and a huge health lead, and it's really bad. And he can't do this without his meter. It's why, in this scenario that I was just talking about, the actual scenario that happened in the match, right? The big thing here, this is why SSBAs are so good, right? I feel like it's like most of my game plan is centered around the BP economy. I have multiple unblockable setups. Yeah. Right? So I feel like this is one of those things that, again, is sort of underrated about SSBAs, right? Is in this situation where the Lucilius had no brave points, right? The Lucy had no brave points and I had 2. The situation we just had with Jericho, right? Jericho, I think it was. If I keep talking about all these like coin flips that has to be right. Say, for example, that I walk up and I try so I'm kind of heavily disincentivized from command grabbing him here. Now, again, I could do it anyway, because it's like, you don't think I will, so I'm gonna, right? But, like, if he guesses correctly on this command grab, for example, right? He guesses correctly, I whiff, and he punishes me. Obviously, I don't know my Lucy combos, don't worry about it, right? But if that combo ends in SSBA, suddenly this kind of whole situation flips on its head, right? The fact that Super Skybound Dart happens late round means that it's almost certain that both players are not at full brave points, if they're playing correctly anyway. So this will always be a 3 brave point swing, right? This is pretty much always going to be him taking 2 brave points away from me, and giving one back to himself. And that is a gigantic swing in that economy. The damage on SSBAs is certainly good, right? I mean, obviously, there very well could be like, if I start at 2 Brave points here, and he gets a good conversion, there may very well be a way that Lucius can just kill me here, so it doesn't really matter, right? But like, the biggest thing that differentiates SSBAs from SBAs, in my opinion, is that the SSBAs take away 2 Brave points on hit, right? That's a really huge deal. When we talk about how important the Brave point resource economy is, this 3 Brave point swing, I mean, we just talked about how impactful, again, when we were out here, and the Lucy had 60 health and 2 Brave points, right? And I had 60 health and 2 Brave points. We were talking about how, like, basically the decision that won me that game was deciding to super right here, right? I did this combo, and then I supered, right? Because that, I had 2 Brave points at the time, right? But it was that 2 Brave point swing. I gained 1, he lost 1, right? Imagine if I gained 1, he lost 2. So, very, very important to keep this kind of stuff in mind, I think. Not as mandatory if you're not like in Master yet or something like that. But like playing around with the resource game here is, I think, something that matters a lot as you get better at Granblue, and it's one of the things that determines matchups too, right? One of the reasons that, you know, moves where the answer is just BC them, right, are way better than you might think. It's like, oh, you can always just BC them. It's like, well, I mean, but then that gives him a guaranteed way to always take some of your Brave points, right? Like, even if, I mean, Percy Flame Carpet's as an example, but Percy Flame Carpet is often BC safe anyway, right? But, like, even if you could always just BC Flame Carpet, which is a nerf that I suggested, right? Make it so that it extends out a big hurt box here, right? So always, 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 even if you block this thing, you can always Brave counter Percival. Even if it did this, right, it would still be really good, because then it would be, a lot of the times, it would end up being a near guaranteed way for Percival to take one of your Brave points on a knockdown, right, which would make him incredibly powerful in this sort of resource war. So, yeah, just something to get some perspective on, I think. It's not talked about as often, I think, out in like the general community, anyway. Some opponents I fought like use BC too much and they just died from like 2 to 3 combos, and it's a valuable thing to know. Yeah, I mean, certainly if you, it's another reason of why you don't want to overspend your BC. You don't want to spend BC on situations that aren't really that threatening, because, you know, I'm talking about all these things, all this resource, all this planning that I have to do to take 1 Brave point away from my opponents. But if they just throw all of them away for free for me, then it saves me a lot of effort, right? So while you do want to be BCing, it's very strong, you do want to be careful about when and where you use it, right? We talked about that earlier, but like, you know, if you're in the mid-screen against a character with bad mid-screen and they're running like bad mid-screen, bad corner carry, right? You're probably less incentivized to Brave counter there, because like, what are they gonna do? Even if they hit me, I'm gonna take what, like 3k and not even get put to the corner, right? Yeah, don't BC safe jumps, don't BC aerials in general that are hitting you like late, right? Try not to waste your shit, basically.